It's your girl Nikki, and you're experiencing another black screen production. Okay, let's talk about it. Will Smith and Chris Rock. All right, so basically, this is what I believe. I believe that Will Smith, as he said in his acceptance speech, had already been dealing with some bottled up emotions. Him being looked at as the weak guy, the meme with him sitting there crying at the red table talk. That went viral. Um, and Jada, she's just kind of been doing her thing. She pulled this young thing, and well, a lot of us have seen what August Alsina is working with, yes. And the young man is packing. So I mean that definitely had to do something to Will because she was damn near ready to throw it all away for this young, good looking, tall man that was packing. And I'm sure her energy was different. I mean, we as Virgos, when we definitely thrive off of energy. And when you get with someone that's younger, that knows how to work things and do things, I mean, like, they hold the key to unlock a whole nother energy. I mean, like, you find yourself thinking about life and walking a certain way and with a little sway in your hips, and you just, life doesn't look so bad, and you're just on a whole nother frequency. So I can only imagine how Will felt when August came into the picture. And to be just humiliated and mortified with that going viral, and then they tried to fix it and just bring it to the forefront. And like I said, the man had been, I don't care. He's done Gemini, he's done Men in Black, he's done all of these films that have gained Enemy of the State, Bad Boys 2, multi-million-dollar films. Okay, that has brought box offices billions of dollars. But at the end of the day, Will Smith is just a man. And I've never gotten the A type energy from Will. Will has gotten so far in his um, career because Will does what he is told to do. He's always been a do boy. And, um, there's other rumors circulating. I won't go there. But at what cost? I mean, he's done put himself out there. He's done everything. Everything he can do to attain the next level of success. But that has to do something to you. I mean, as a man, that has to take something away from you as a man, where you are supposed to be the priest in the head of your household, and your wife, she doesn't really respect you. She's kind of just doing her own thing. She carries more masculine dominant energy, and your kids, they're just all over the place doing things. There's been pictures circulating of their 13-year-old in bed with a grown man, and then we already know Jaden just, all over the place and doing his thing. And the house was wayward, y'all. The house was wayward. The marriage appeared to be raggedy and on the rocks. And everybody's doing what they want to do. And while you're taking trips with other women and doing what you want to do, you cannot feel good inside as a man where you don't have any order or leadership in your household. Sure, you're getting money, but at what cost? You know, I was really looking at that movie, King Richard. Now, that's an A type man. He was still a little bit sensitive, but he had a vision. He set order in his house. He taught them how to be respectful, and they respected him no matter his flaws. His wife got under him and held him up and supported the dream, even though she got frustrated. But there was definitely leadership and priesthood in the home to where they respected him and they honored him. And he was an A type man. I don't care. He didn't care how poor he was. He didn't care that he lived in Compton. He would sit with any person. He would sit down with any person and talk his talk and dominate the conversation. And when he said no, then the decision was made. The answer was no. Period, point blank. And that's an A type male. That's an A type alpha male. Um, and I did put it out there on my Instagram. Will Smith is not an A type. He just placed one on TV. And I'm telling y'all, playing that role had to do something for him. It had to cause him to reflect on his own life and say, he had all of these, he played that part very well. But as he played the part, he got to see the love. He got to see the love in the union of him and his wife. He got to see the respect and the love he had for his kids, and how they reciprocated the love for him. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You know, they did whatever they were supposed to do and whatever they were told to do. And that, after the lights went off, the camera went off, I'm almost certain that Will Smith went home and looked at his own life into his $1 million, multi-million-dollar lifestyle and looked at his own self, and he had to deal with the reflection of himself in the mirror and say, my God, I don't have no order here. I don't have no respect here. You know, I'm sure that that role gave him the opportunity to reflect on some things in his own personal life, and he was not happy about it. And so, we're not even going to get on the Tupac jokes with his wife and how she had been humiliating him, writing love letters and art, or bringing up and releasing personal letters between she and Tupac. She got the kid talking about, Tupac, I wish you was still alive so you could make mommy happy. I mean, he's dealing with all of these things. And I'm so sorry that Chris took the brunt end of things. But that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. So he took the opportunity to get up there and slap Chris Rock. Now the question began to circulate that if that were a white comedian, would Will Smith have done the same thing? I'm going to venture out to say no. No, he would not have gotten up and slapped another white man on TV at the Oscars. I think he would have sat there and just took it and kind of shook his head and giggled, or maybe he would have got up and walked out. But he would not have gone to that extent of putting his hands on a white comedian. Okay? And then as far as as far as Jada goes, um, it really wasn't that bad. G.I. Jane, boy, you got a bald head, okay? G.I. Jane too. I mean, we all know that you have a good, dominant, sort of masculine energy. And if it were a G.I. Jane too and you were to play it, I think you would do awesome. I would go see it. We all know that it's in you to play a role uh, in that sense and do well in it. You've been a rock star. You've been a lot of things. Now, Chris Rock probably was not aware of the fact that she had a hair condition, alopecia. You know, he probably was definitely not aware of this. So, like I said before, this was bottled up anger. Uh, this was this had nothing to do with Chris Rock. Even if she had cancer and was going through chemo, hey, how would Chris Rock know that? Chris Rock would not know that. And I felt like he did not, he didn't deserve that. But I felt like Chris took it all in stride. He took the high road with things. And um, I know at the end of the day, Will is still a man. And he began to cry with his acceptance speech because he was frustrated. And I'm sure he was embarrassed. Um, but at the end of the day, he was out of line and out of order. And somebody put, I saw a meme. Oh my God, I was dying. It said, I can't believe Will slapped Chris in front of Beyonce. That's why she doesn't go anywhere. I thought that was so funny. Um, I thought it was hilarious. But no, the bottom line is you can't blame people um, for your problems on the inside. You have to work those out. You got to get into some therapy. And like I said, I don't care if you're rich or poor. If you're dealing with some internal issues, some mental issues, you know, they have something called method acting. And a lot of people go through method acting. Um, for instance, Heath Ledger, he went through method acting, and I was told that he couldn't uh, shake what came with Dark Knight. Uh, Angelina Jolie, when she played Gia, she went into a dark depression because she went into method acting. Okay, so there are a lot of people that have gone through a lot of things and went through from playing different roles, and I'm almost certain that Will Smith went through method acting playing King Richard, and it really, really caused a clash with Willard Smith. And because of that, he was dealing with internal conflict, and it just was like peroxide and what's that when you have the little volcano science project? I can't even remember. I think it was peroxide and baking soda, and it just bubbles over. It just fizzes over, and bless his heart. I really hope he gets it together. Um, I hope that his wife gets it together. And but it is kind of hard because once your mate loses respect for you and they don't see you in the way that they once saw you, and when a person has their mind made up about you, there's nothing that you can do. That's why people get divorces, because their mate, they don't look at them the same as they used to. Their eyes don't shine the way they used to. They don't have respect for them. So they got to move forward. Are they confiding in energy that's in someone else that's missing from their own union? And I'd imagine Jada did not feel validated. She didn't feel sexy. She was getting older. Things weren't working out as far as her rock band. Then she'd be into, Hawthorne got canceled. I mean, all of these different things. And then you have this young energy, fresh talent, beautiful boy. And he sees her. I mean, he really, really sees her. And he makes her feel sexy. And it's I believe she began living in Will's shadow. And it was all about Will and not about her. And she felt neglected like a desperate housewife. And that boy came in and swept her off her feet. And when Will went to reach back for her hand, she was somewhere else. Her mind was somewhere else. And she was kind of just going through the motions with Will and showing up with a smile on her face. But her mind and her body and her spirit was so with someone else. And that energy source came from someone else. And he felt that. You know what I'm saying? He felt that as a man. I'll never forget. I know somebody who, he neglected his woman, and then she felt lonely, and she didn't have anyone to talk to, and she even had money. She had it all, and a woman came in her life and saw what she needed and gave her the love and the energy that she needed. And when that man decided he wanted to come back and love her, be bothered with her, when he saw that she had been whisked away by not only someone else but a woman, and she seemed happy and satisfied, that really did something to that man. That man, he went kind of crazy. He was never the same, you know. And the bottom line is, he when you're dealing with someone, you never know what a person is dealing with. Especially these days, everybody's on edge. And I even told my Mom, you can't stare at people in the grocery store. You can't even look and be like, wow, Well, before you can even say, hey, I was just wondering, who braided your hair? They did an amazing job. Somebody's on edge. Like, what the is this looking at? You get disrespected, and people are on edge. Have they fist balled up and they are ready to fight. You can't even look at a little kid and be like, hey, your mama's talking to you. A little bad kid, and the elder come and say, hey, what's all that fussing about? You can't even do that no more as an elder, or because the parent, even though the child is out of control, they will cuss you out and be like, B, You don't have nothing to say to my kid. Things are so backwards now. The world is so backwards now. And people are projecting their emotions on innocent people. And they look crazy doing it. I don't care what nobody say. Will, you look crazy. First it was like, is this staged? But now that we know that it's not staged, and you just took all of your emotions out on somebody who was getting paid to do what they do, you look crazy. So, anyways, you guys love yourself. Deal with your emotions internally. I don't care if you gotta look for some type of if you gotta seek some help, some therapy, or get with your local clergyman and sit down and ask for prayer or go on a fast. Work those things out. Do that shadow work, you guys, because at the end of the day, you're gonna take everything personal. You're gonna walk around with a chip on your shoulder because you're not dealing with what's going on the inside. And the world is getting on with their life. And you don't want to wear that mark. You don't want to wear that mark on your head that, oh, can't talk to him. Can't say nothing to him. Oof. You don't want that. Or her. Can't say nothing to her. Can't even look at her too long. And then you'll start isolating yourself and feeling very much alone. But it's your attitude and it's your issues that will block your blessings. Deal with your issues, y'all. All right? I know we've been through a pandemic. I know we lost a lot along the way. A lot of us have lost our focus. We've been knocked off our square. We're getting back to work. We don't want to be at work. Or they ain't treating us right because they don't want to be at work. You know, I get it. Everybody's been kind of off balance here lately. I get it. But let's try to find our footing and get grounded and make wise choices and be more logical. Okay. My name is Nikki St. Clair. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will talk to you later.